How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually in my room and I've got a light to my face and I've just realised that I'm sort of overheating a bit as well. So just staying hydrated.
Oh yeah, you got to do it. Open my curtain a little.
I wanted to speak to you as well because you've just managed to get in there with your show, haven't you? Before whole lockdown and before the coronavirus, because we saw each other just before it got bad. And you were like, I was like, oh, when is your show? And you're like, tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I did the first show of it. I think people were talking about a lockdown that week.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen until like a week and a half later.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So it was quite, I mean, not a while before. It's just days seem long now. It wasn't that long before.
I can't remember anything. Like everything has just turned into one day. Like I'm a person that says yesterday for any story I tell. It's like, oh, yesterday I went to the Asda or something, and it wasn't. It was a week ago. So now that I'm actually in this sort of way of living, everything is just yesterday, one day. I don't know what.
Yeah, everything is yesterday. Everything is 2 months ago, really.
Tell me, because obviously I didn't get to see your show, but tell me about your show and tell me about how it came about and stuff.
Yeah, well, I've been working on it since last summer when I wrote the script, and then I got a bursary to do it in January through the it's the longest name ever, the Greater Manchester LGBT Arts and Culture Network.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had to write that down a lot, I guess.
Yeah, I have. Yep. So they gave me a little bit of money to do the first 20 minutes. And I just worked with the movement director and someone made all the music as well.
Amazing.
And then I've done the 2 shows of it. But I was supposed to be doing Arts Council bids to do the whole show.
But it's so
to develop it from September.
So what have you got a title for the show yet, or what's the
it's called Lob. It's a dance poetry bonanza about tennis.
Bonanza. Oh my god, bring that word back. I just love
it's dance tennis poetry bonanza set around a swing ball set.
Incredible.
So realistically I could actually do rehearsals social distancing if we just found a field.
Yeah,
that's the hope.
Totally could actually. And you could, because I mean, I suppose when you hit that swing ball, it's sort of like a good distance to stay away, isn't it? That's your
it is. It's like the full 2 meters.
That's your sort of measure, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. No, I like that. But yeah, no, I saw the pictures that you put on like social media and that, and they look well good. I love the style of it and stuff. So I'm well up for that when it does fully happen, the full show. I'm well down for that. But I'm glad that you managed to, because I know we both know people that have had their shows totally postponed or cancelled at this time as well. So I'm glad that you managed to get your bit out there before things got a bit like full on. But what other stuff have you been keeping up with creative stuff while you've been sort of in isolation, or have you kind of taken it as time to pause for a bit?
I've been trying to do lots of different applications for things. But it all feels a bit bitty. So I've been sort of still talking to my producer for Lob to try and find ways of doing it. But I've also just been looking at poetry and just like doing little editing things I wouldn't usually do. Just like paying attention really to my writing.
So editing like what past work and stuff?
Yeah, and seeing if I can send it off to magazines and things, because all of those things are still running. So it's quite good timing. Yeah,
to get stuff out. I think it's forcing everybody to think a bit differently, isn't it? But also it's given us like a bit of, I keep saying that it's like, you know, when you have to travel somewhere for work or something, where you have to get like a coach that's like 4 hours, or like a train that's 2, and you've sort of got that time where you can kind of decide what you do on that journey. You can either sit and do some writing, or you can sit and watch Netflix, or you can read a book. But it's a similar time, just that it's like times 1,000, where it's like you've sort of just got this spare, free, weird time that you can kind of do what you want with, but you've still got constraints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, like people around me that don't usually do creative stuff are doing that kind of stuff, or people who are working from home who don't usually work from home.
Yeah.
And because I work from home loads, I have like unstructured working schedules all the time.
Yeah.
You know, so it's quite interesting to see those people sort of struggling and coming to me. Or like my mum called me up yesterday and she was like, right, I've got this game that I've just made up. She was like, here's some lyrics. Okay, you have to guess what song it is. And she did these lyrics like they were dramatic monologues, and I had to guess what they were. But she just called me at 6 p.m. to tell me that.
Well, I love that. My family has decided to channel their creative by just making endless quizzes. So I have never done.
Yeah, people are into quizzes. Yeah.
God, I've never done so many quizzes in my life. I've done Zoom quizzes, I've done WhatsApp quizzes.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Endless quizzes, and like my family as well. My auntie did one like last night for us all, and it was so intense. It's like I'm having to schedule all these quizzes and like things in that I'm more social now by the looks of it. Like,
yeah, I'm like, oh, people want to call me. What's that about?
It's also like the fact that you've got like I've just got endless WhatsApp groups as well. Like the amount of WhatsApp groups that have been created with the word isolation in them, and that are just blocking my phone up. My phone can't handle the amount of WhatsApp groups I've got now. It's I've got to clear my phone of everything. But what I saw that was you doing some young identity zooming as well at one point.
Yeah, so we're still running workshops. I did last week's workshop. I just did a workshop about made up words and making up words.
Ah, nice.
Just trying to keep them fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got this, I think I've still got them written up. I've them all written up on a board and made people guess the meaning of them.
Oh, I love that. I like the top one.
Screen boob.
Yeah.
Screen boob, yeah.
Screen boob, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Was the aim to then incorporate that into a poem or something, or was it just a general task?
Yeah, it was to sort of start thinking a bit more creatively about the words you choose, but also like we all have words that we make up.
Mm.
And we all have words that we use in our family with a different meaning from other people.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of words that are best used in a poem, really.
Yeah, I really like that. I like the, I once went around trying to tell people what is the word now? What's the word? Oh yeah, the word, like chufty badge is a thing. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
So, for example, right, if you came to me going, yeah, I've just made this amazing poem and I've just been commissioned by the world to do it. And I'd be like, oh, great, do you want a chufty badge? It's basically like being like, oh, do you want a medal? But I feel like I'm insane because I think 1 in 5 people that I ask go, yeah, chufty badge, yeah. But then the rest, no idea. But I think it comes from when you say like, I'm chuffed about something.
Yeah, that, I mean, makes perfect sense.
Yeah, all right.
Makes perfect sense.
I'm disappointed you don't know it, actually, so.
No, but that's because then I got to learn a new word today.
Okay, that's good then.
I didn't know what I was going to do, so.
Yeah, it's something, chufty badge. But yeah, what are your sort of like plans then for now? What are you thinking for the foreseeable? So you said that you're going to try and adapt some of your applications and stuff. Are you writing some creative applications from scratch, or are you trying to keep on with your show and the themes of that?
A bit of a mix. I think it's all sort of still in the theme of the show. Like I applied for something I wanted to do as part of the show. The sequence, the sequence from Swan Lake?
Right, yeah.
The big bit of Swan Lake. All the swans are going about. I wanted to do a bit that, but do it like with all bitch women. But they could film themselves doing it. So it might be like, oh, I only want to show my feet. So it'd be like, one is just feet. And do it like it's like a Zoom collage.
I love that so much.
I think that would be good.
Oh, I love
that. I mean, I do also just want to remake the whole of Swan Lake.
but we
that
put.
way. Yeah.
I'd be down for that. That sounds well good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'll move over Matthew Bourne.
I think that's brilliant.
And definitely like people who don't like usually do ballet.
Oh right, yeah. I mean, I know people around my way that would be absolutely perfect for that. Round in Moston, who I'm sure would.
Exactly.
What do you hope comes out of this? Like, what do you hope comes out of this this pandemic, or this way of living that we've now adopted?
I think understanding the value of people and community, because people are checking on each other like they never have before. People have been looking after the vulnerable like they haven't before. People are understanding that like key workers doesn't just mean like the people who earn the most money.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, well, what would you do if everybody at Sainsbury's decided to stop working? Yeah. Like, what would you do? But those are the people that there are a lot of people who pay no respect, no care for people in those kind of situations. That I think they're understanding that. Also, maybe the downfall of capitalism, that would be great.
I love that was just sprinkled on the top of that there.
Yeah.
There's a bit of downfall of capitalism. Well, I hope that all that comes true.
Yeah.
And I hope that you, keep on being creative and crack on just using this time for the best. Do what you want.
Yeah.